Oh, funny.
Yes. Gotta save that you saved that you saved.
This is an old copy. I don't know if it'll just...
Spontaneously catch fire.
Yeah, I don't know if it will kill over and die. Though, to be fair, I don't think this game has ever crashed. I don't ever remember it.
It initially never did, but the thing is, just due to the way physical media works, there is, to a certain extent, that sort of inevitability of the game just one day could just hit a loading snag. But these things happen, unfortunately. And it's because of dumb semantics like that. Here's a sweaty topic. It's why Sean will always say, "Oh, but preserving your physical media is pointless," because eventually, like, your physical disc could hit a point where it'll just stop being read, or the laser light in your console will hit a point where it just stops reading things. And there is, to a certain extent, some truth to that, but... Oh, there's the Witch Doctor.
Like I said, remember, the series is from the 60s. It was a different time. Certain things were believed to be okay back then.
Which is funny, because... I'm trying to remember the one blind playthrough, like, saw the Witch Doctor and made a joke. Scooby-Doo was surprisingly not that racist, and he said, there are a few problematic things. He's like, though it was made by the same company that brought us, it was like the Super Chang brothers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was a Hanna-Barbera thing, because they ripped themselves off. Now, to be fair, I think, I could be wrong about this, the Super Chang brothers, part of the reason the show was named that, it was, like, I think, named after this, like, comedian or, like, voice actor or something in that guy, because, like, I believe Chang was actually, like, his name, so it kind of sounds more awkward out of context, but it's one of those, I think, this was named after an actual person.
Then we have Hong Kong Fooey, #1 super guy. Hong Kong Fooey, faster than the human eye.
You know, I remember this room because this room gave me, like, all the shit as a child, because I did not I didn't understand this at all. I thought that it was, like, impossible to, like, get in there. Come on, can I make it?
I believe you jump around.
That feels like something you could do.
I think that's a thing. There are certain invisible walls in this game.
Ow, damn it. What are you...
Is
it just a... You have to be really quick? Cause,
if you're trying to get in the door where the monster is, yes.
Okay.
If you're trying to glitch around, you can do... See?
Yeah.
It's timing.
As a child, I did not understand that at all.
It's a timing puzzle.
Yeah. I need to remember where the hell this one... Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
Camera.
It's open.
Like I said, camera sometimes ain't the best, not gonna lie about that. 'Cause despite the fact that, you know, because of how early this was in the generation, we were at a point where, like, you know, C-stick camera control was an established thing, but...
You should be able to jump for that.
Oh, because you don't have the...
Yes.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then just ignore the rest for now, because they're not small enough. Anyway, I find it fascinating that it doesn't use the C-stick, because of the fact that, you know, the whole C-stick thing, like, would have been established by, this...
How many GameCube games use the C-stick for camera?
A decent amount, at least in terms of third-party games. It's Nintendo that were honestly kind of sort of weird about that, funny enough.
Well, Luigi's Mansion has a reason.
And Sunshine uses it for camera, doesn't it?
Yes?
Yeah.
Because, no. Damn it. Your, fuck, I can't talk. Your problem with Sunshine, and we talk about this because Sunshine naturally is an inverted camera.
Otherwise known as the wrong way.
And while I would normally, like, make a joke about it being set to incorrect, it became... Where are you going? Pretty sure to get to Shag, you go up and down and back. Like, no, not... Down, around the wall, back, over here, past, down, hole. Yeah. There you go.
Thanks for chasing off those bats, Scoob. Let's get out of here. I'm with you, pal. But the door's up there. Come on, Scoob. I can toss you up.
And now that you pointed it out, you're right, there is no compression on the cutscenes.
You mean there's
No, I mean, there's no compression on the
voice.
voice acting.
It is the, like, cutscenes that seem to be the weird compressed things. Which, again, is funny, because cutscene compression, that is much more of, like, a PS2 problem. Again, ironically, it normally goes the other
way around, where the GameCube is normally the greatest system known to man. It was literally the GameCube's storage space.
Game? Okay, there we go.
Because you went up, like, a little bit confused. Almost at 1,000.
Hey, don't forget about me, Scoob.
The game doesn't even try to explain it, you just make a platform float.
A ghost did it.
How do I...
You put Shaggy on the Switch and you jump on the chandelier.
No,
What?
not getting through. I mean, how do I get that Scooby snack in the corner?
I think you jump off the chandelier.
Well,
Or jump off the platform, because you would have a double jump. We're dumb. There you go.
and then, yeah, I was standing on nothing.
And Shaggy's on the... Yeah.
Looks like I'll be cooling my heels around here. See you, pal.
Because, like, something kind of funny, I think it was Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica no wait, Code Veronica was the wrong game. Assignment Ada was the thing added in the PS2 version, right?
No.
What was the campaign added in the PS2?
Assignment Ada was on the GameCube. I think what you're thinking of... I think there were a couple of extra, like...
basically,
Ada missions?
the campaign that was added for the PS2 version of the game, because it was created for the PS2, it's like cutscenes are of a lower quality, and the reason they're a lower quality, it was, I believe they literally had to be compressed to fit on, like, the PS2, but this leads to, because that was the only, like, version of them that existed, even the later versions have the, like, basically terrible quality. Not just cutscenes, all the, like, assets and shit created for that, were also kinda ass.
2019. Oh, man.
I have 1020 now.
That's something we need to try to do as a Halloween thing, Resident Evil 4.
Just need to find a non-scalped version.
Gotta play it on the Wii, like a man.
trying to do that.
And away he goes. You sent him to another dimension.
I don't know if this is how they want you to actually do this or not. But it will be slow and painful.
Gotta play Resident Evil 4 on the Wii. Because apparently the Wii version is the best version of that game on demand.
Because you get the you get the PS2 content, but you have it with, you know, pointer controls, because as we've...
Higher resolution and AR pointer aiming.
You know,
and apparently the AR pointer aiming is some of the best on the console.
that was all of them, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Ow.
So we'll probably end up recording a Wii version of...
Mm-hmm.
Because... people have said the Wii version is like the greatest version of that game on demand.
Because it is, because we've been over this. Analog sticks are not good enough for aiming. Like, AR pointer slash a gyro is just better for...
And AR in a lot of cases is a little bit better than gyro because the...
It has a constant sync point.
No.
Ah!
Use that level geometry. Speedrun. What are you trying to do?
I was trying to get on that chandelier, but there aren't actually
There's
any.
no snacks. It's just...
Yeah, okay, it's all just health.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, moving on now.
Run, Forrest, run!
And because, you know, they're going to be those types of people, if anyone says that the, like... because we talk about this every time we on Resident Evil 4. If anyone says that the AR, like, pointer aiming makes the game, like, too easy or something, yes, I will be doing this a lot. I will be warping back to the starting area to save, because I don't remember where save points are. Anyway, if anyone says that makes the game, like, too easy, because it has that adaptive difficulty thing where it's, like, the worst, you... basically... I got mixed up. A lot of people say it's like because of how easy it is to, you know, headshot and shit that it makes the game too easy. But if you remember, Resident Evil 4 is that adaptive difficulty thing where, like, the better you play, the harder the game gets. So the fact that you're, like, constantly headshotting or, like, shooting weapons out of enemies' hands, that's actually making the game harder. Because you can be more consistent, you're actually more... Yeah, there was a save point.
Yeah.
There's a save point at, like, the start of most major areas. Basically, if you, if you're actually using, like, AR, the AR point...
The game gets harder the better you play. So an AR pointer aim, it would actually mean that the game is going to constantly...
Like I said, it actually is harder for most people because you're like headshotting so consistently and doing other things so consistently. The game is normally at max or near max.
Yes. Also out here on a roof somewhere is the night armor upgrade.
The game showed that.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to talk about shit not feeling intentional? Oh, there's some shit here that doesn't feel intentional. Like seriously, think about the physics here. You're not... Think about, like, the physics here. You're not only standing on a slanted surface, you are standing on a slanted surface when it's raining, so it would be slick. Like, you're basically standing on, like, a 45-degree angle while it's slick.
I don't think about super slick. That quest was dumb, but it does get a chuckle out of me though.
Damn it. Keep going.
The hitboxes and overall collision on these are not the greatest.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing. Like, it's a good game, but
I wish I. Fuck at that. We're taking that. I'm considering that a victory. Yes, I know. I know. I skipped the one.
shut up, Creeper.
My armor should.
I think it's up there if you swing backwards, because the one blind run skipped it. Like, it's an upgrade to the disguise that is technically optional, and the one guy just kind of skips it because you can see, like, you keep going.
I guess a good thing about this will give.
Okay.
On me to readjust my shit.
This was actually the snags. Would you wanted to get these anyway? I'm trying to remember. Armor's out here. It's on a roof. I just don't exactly remember how to get up to it.
Damn it. Yeah, funky wrong.
Because the game showed it, I just don't remember the exact.
I think if I remember right.
There's more shit up there.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Damn it. I think it might actually be from like right here. You have to, because there are the Scooby snacks above that, so I might actually not be able to get that right now. And I just fell through that.
I think. Okay, one, a lot of people, because depth perception, missed that one, and two, I think you can get the knight armor. That's one thing about, like.
Was he standing on my lantern for a minute?
You might have to.
I think I might have to come back because there's an idea I have based on a later power-up, but I can't remember if that actually worked or not.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, I've asked this question in a few other Let's Plays, but I feel like repeating it here. And one reason I feel like repeating questions like this, I know not everybody will watch every Let's Play we make. So anyway, how do you feel about AR aiming on the Wii and gyroscopic aiming used in a lot of modern consoles? Like the Switch controllers have gyro in them, so the Switch is capable of using gyro aiming. The 3DS also had a gyro in it, but now is not the time to talk about every modern controller or console with gyro in it. My main point, I think, the AR aiming of the Wii is incredible and really did make first-person aiming super good. And while it's not as great, gyro aiming still fixes the problem of stick aiming because you can move the controller around and generally aim by moving the controller, and that lets you have access to your buttons and stuff while moving, but it also then lets you turn your controller and move it around as a point for aiming, and that combines both regular button controls with a motion sensitive gyroscope for the purposes of aiming some kind of weapon, and that really does feel good because that means most of the controls are not motion based and the motion for aiming is just moving the controller around. But the AR pointer on the Wii specifically, because it would use the sensor bar as a sync point, really did create some of the best aiming that has ever existed in the first-person shooter genre. But most people thought the Wii was a casual console and associate any form of motion controls with this idea of just shaking the controller wildly with no rhyme or reason, and a lot of those people refuse to even try out the Wii, so to them, they can't understand how AR aiming, where the Wii remote and the sensor bar line up and create a constant sync point between each other, how that technology would let you move a pointer around in a first-person perspective and actually have some of the smoothest aiming in first person. It's also overall great aiming in third person as well, because as long as you can aim a clear pointer reticle at targets, your ability to shoot in action games and games with weapons like that feels incredible. And I always end up bringing up this stream I was in where the person was playing the GameCube version of Metroid Prime and refused to acknowledge that the Wii version is better because it uses really good AR aiming, and they had this sort of obnoxious opinion that came off like they were smarter than me or knew better than I did, even though they seem like the kind of person that never touched a Wii because they thought the Wii was casual garbage. And they basically shut down my pointer argument with just this kind of generic, I don't know, man. The Wii is pretty bad. Motion controls are awful. I just don't get it. I'm sorry, that's ignorance. And this always turns into a long rant. So, I would love to know your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links as well as my Discord links are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.